Hey there, Paula Deen. I couldn't see if the camera was on or not. Anyway, I want to show you, I'm making my dessert, and it's a ginger snap crust cheesecake. And when I first heard about the competition, I thought, okay, I'm just going to buy some cream cheese, and then I'm going to decide whatever I have in my house, I've got to make a cheesecake. Now, I've never made a cheesecake in my life, so I thought, alright, I'll do something. I'm from the Caribbean. I'll do something with a little bit of a Caribbean flavor. And a friend of mine had just come from Trinidad, and she brought me some guava cheese. Here in the States they call it guava paste, but we eat it like guava cheese, just like a piece of cheese. And I'm going to make me a guava cheesecake with a ginger snap crust. So right here I've taken some of the ginger snap and crushed them, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. I have my most faithful little handy person, my little Braun. Well, actually this is no longer a Braun, but this is an Oster. Okay, so I'm going to crush up the crumbs to make the crust. Put it in there. I would say I used about 12 or 13 cookies. Depends how thick you want the crust. And I've left some of the chunks in there because I like the chunky flavor. Then I'll take 2 tablespoons of butter, which I've kept out so it's nice and soft. And I can mix it inside of the butter and the crust. Now, like I say, I've never made a cheesecake before. I've only made it one time to make sure I wasn't making a poisonous dessert. So I'm still trying to learn the tricks of the trade. Maybe just a little more butter. Don't worry, I've washed my hands before. Alright, so we have a nice, I probably could have used some more cookies. But right now we have a nice thin crust. Some little chunks in there. I don't like to use a lot of dishes. As you can see, everything is pre-cut, pre-ready. Get rid of that butter. Alright, so I've got the crust made, and now I'm going to do the cream cheese. So we're going to use, let's see, I'm going to start with 2.5 packs of cream cheese. Like I say, this is just pure guesswork. I tried it out once before, and I probably should have taken down what I used, but I didn't. So we're just going to see how this comes along. Now what I had to do was I had to take a look at the cream cheese box and see what the basic was to make a cheesecake recipe. And I've kind of taken some things out and added some things in. I'm not going to use sugar, instead I'm going to use applesauce. Okay, so now we have 2.5 packs of cream cheese. And I think it calls for 4 eggs, but I'm only going to use 3. So, let's see. Alright, so there's the cream cheese in the pot, in the bowl. 1 cup of applesauce, my favorite. I like to sweeten everything with applesauce. Oh. Would help to just pull the tap, right? Alright. Then 3 eggs. I like to do them individually just in case you have a bad egg. One bad egg is going to spoil a whole bunch now, know that. 2. And 3, alright? So we've got 3 eggs, 2.5 18-ounce packets of cream cheese, 1 little cup of apple sauce, and that's going to be the basis. We're going to do about half a teaspoon of vanilla. I know you're probably wondering why I have mango here, but this is for the top of it. You stir this up really good. Last time I made it. Oh, and then preset your oven to 350, and we're going to bake it for 40 minutes or 45. It just depends on how firm it sets, and depends on your oven. So okay, that's the mix. Now of course for everybody who has a Cuisinart or who has a Mixer, this will be a lot easier. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way since I don't have one. It's good exercise too. Alright, so let's put that over there. We're going to take the guava paste and we're going to cut up some pieces and put it inside. So I should put it in here so you can see. Inside of the cheesecake. Now I hope this is able to stir in. Last time I used guava jam, which you can get in the supermarket in Trinidad, and you can also get in the supermarket up here. This one does not look like it's going to melt though, so I think it's going to have to melt when I bake it in the oven. So I'm going to have to make it as fine and small pieces as I can, and hope that when it cooks in the oven, it'll all melt down. Okay, and that's basically it. I'm going to add a little more guava, just because I want a really strong flavor of it. Maybe it'll end up with chunks of guava in the cheesecake. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. The easier thing, I guess, is using guava jam, because the guava jam goes into the cream cheese mixture much better. But this is all trial and error, so we'll see. Okay, there we go. Probably should have used a bigger pan. Oops. Some escaped from me. Alright. So here we have our cheesecake. And as you can see, the big pieces of guava. I'm going to put it in the oven. I've set the timer for 45 minutes, actually 40 minutes, and we'll see from there, okay? And I'll be back to show you the finished product. Okay. Alright, I'm still unfamiliar with this remote control.